टाइम
रात सुकन
क्या है भाई? कुछ उठा साथ
Oh, shit, I'm lost now. That's supposed to be the bloody thing.
Yeah, bro, there's something up there, bro.
Whoa!
Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone, or something, you'd rather never meet? Like this first encounter that takes us deep into the forests of North Kashmir, India. Surrounded by some of the densest wilderness in the region, YouTuber Faisal Sofi and a group of close friends set out for what was meant to be a peaceful night of camping. Faisal is known for exploring remote places and sharing the beauty of these landscapes with his viewers, and this trip was no different. A simple plan to set up camp, cook dinner, and enjoy the quiet of the mountains. But as they would soon learn, the deeper the forest, the closer the dangers move.
तो सबसे पहले हम यहाँ पे आज अपने कैंप का सेटअप करेंगे और ऊपर से बहुत ज़्यादा लेट भी हो चुका है। सब आरिफ भाई और फैजान भाई की गलती है।
हो गया क्या आरिफ भाई? आरिफ भाई जल्दी करो यार।
आ गया थोड़ा वहाँ ले जाओ।
The evening began like any ordinary camping experience. They set up their tents, gathered firewood, and tried to make themselves comfortable as the temperature dropped far below freezing. The forest around them was thick enough that even the fire's glow seemed to get swallowed by the trees. But the atmosphere still felt fun and manageable until the night fully settled in.
ठंड बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गई है ना भाई?
मुझे
अरफान भाई ठंड ज़्यादा बढ़ रही है।
बहुत ज़्यादा आवाज़ आ रही है मुझे कुछ।
अभी टाइम क्या हुआ भाई? टाइम
रात सुकन
क्या है भाई? नहीं कुछ नहीं है भाई।
आवाज़ आई हो लांती हो आवाज़ हो रही है भाई।
भाई कुछ उठा साथ नजर मार हर जगह से भाई। उस साइड से दे, इस साइड से दे
भाई। चल अंदर
इस साइड। एक सेकंड भाई, अंदर चल भाई, अंदर फोन अंदर चल भाई, अंदर कर बंद अंदर
यार
बंद कर भाई, जल्दी कर बंद।
ओह शिट, मेरा फोन बाहर रह गया। शिट,
कोई बात नहीं भाई, कोई मसला नहीं।
फोन लाता हूँ।
नहीं
वल्लाह
नहीं भाई, कुछ नहीं है।
और इसका
कर बंद फिलहाल।
फोन लाना पड़ेगा।
वेट कर भाई।
A low, guttural growl rolled out of the darkness. It wasn't distant or uncertain. It came from close enough that everyone felt it before they fully processed the sound. Conversation stopped immediately. The fire suddenly seemed too small, the trees too close, and the silence that followed felt unnaturally heavy. When the bear stepped into their view, its presence was impossible to mistake. A massive black shape moved between the trees, slow and deliberate, its shoulders rising and falling as it breathed. And that's when instinct took over. The moment the bear shifted its weight forward, they rushed into their tent, scrambling to zip it shut as quietly and quickly as they could. Inside, they could still hear its deep breaths and the shifting of brush under its paws as it passed by. And just as quietly as it appeared, it slipped back into the darkness, leaving behind an echo of footsteps and a level of fear that made the forest feel far smaller and far less safe. Even after an hour had passed, the group struggled to fully understand how close they had come. Sleep felt impossible. The forest had shown them exactly who it belonged to, and it wasn't them. Being rather safe than sorry, they decided not to step outside again. Everything, the dishes, the firewood, even their half-finished meal, was left exactly where it was. They stayed in the tent for the rest of the night, listening to every shift of wind and rustle of leaves as if the bear might return at any moment. By morning, nothing had changed outside, except the way they felt about the place. The forest was beautiful, yes, but now they understood how quickly beauty could turn into danger. And now I'm curious. If you were in their position, alone in a remote forest with a bear walking just feet from your tent, what would you have done? Now, after that fear of something breathing just outside the tent, we move into our next clip, where something even larger waits silently between the trees. This next encounter, shared by the YouTube channel Into the Wild, happened in the early morning hours of May 30th, 2024, deep in the rural outskirts of Alberta, Canada. The kind of place where silence settles over long stretches of industrial land, and the only thing you expect to see moving is machinery or wildlife. But what one trucker recorded that night was neither. He arrived before sunrise to pick up equipment at a campground, pulling into the site like he had countless times before. His dash camera was already running, something most truckers do out of habit, not suspicion, and that camera captured something he didn't see. As his truck rolled past the tree line, a massive, upright figure stood partially hidden behind the trees. Tall, dark, and unmistakably out of place. But the trucker had no idea. He didn't spot it. He didn't even glance in its direction. The creature was caught on video, but not by him. It wasn't until moments later, after he stepped out of his cab and began walking toward the machinery, that everything changed. Mid-stride, he suddenly froze. There, standing in the open, was the same towering figure. Not a bear, not a moose, something else entirely. Estimated at 10 feet tall, the creature stood completely still, as if watching him. The trucker later said he only noticed it once he was on foot, alone, exposed, and far too close for comfort. And of course, panic took over. He turned, sprinted back to his truck, slammed the door, and sped off the site without daring to look back. Hours later, when he reviewed the footage, he realized the most chilling part. The creature had been there before he ever got out, already watching, already standing in the trees, already captured on his dash cam without him noticing. Since then, hunters, truckers, and skeptics have debated the clip endlessly. Some claim it's proof of a Sasquatch. Others dismiss it as a shadow, a trick of light, or misidentification. But the trucker insists on one thing. What he saw that morning was real, massive, upright, and nothing he'd ever encountered in the wilderness of Alberta. And so the question remains, in the vast, empty stretches of Canada's backcountry, how many creatures stay hidden until you wander close enough for them to notice you first? After that silent watcher in the trees, Our next footage leads us into a place where presence isn't seen. It's felt. The channel Unbodied is run by Chris, an investigator drawn to places where local stories blur into the unknown. In this episode, he sets out with a small group of friends for a night on the Sandia Hills in New Mexico, a stretch of rugged land often praised for its views, but also whispered about for something else entirely. Among locals, it's sometimes called the Haunted Hills, a place tied to curses, lost lives, and encounters that never quite find explanation. Their goal is simple: to test the legends and see if there is truly something watching from the mountains.
I just go straight.
I don't know if you know.
You want to follow
Ivy? Yeah, let's go. Go straight ahead. Yeah, straight ahead, bro. Straight ahead. It's actually not that far,
You
bro.
want me to scout first to make sure everything's good?
No, we're good. Dude, it's not that bad, bro.
Okay.
Like one time, maybe we ran into that weird, but
I was telling Manny that I had to cut the first ivy. I got 130, and then I had like 67 at one point.
right. Oh, what happened? Why did it get cut out?
Signal, bro.
Yo, it says 8 now.
Okay, so we're going to this small waterfall. That's up in Sandia Crest.
It's late at night as the team climbs higher into the rocky landscape. The air is thin, the wind sharp against the microphones, and every footstep echoes between the slopes. Their gear starts reacting almost immediately. Electronic interference, flickering screens, and strange, half-formed words coming through the devices. Most of it could be dismissed as signal loss, but the timing feels too direct, the words too pointed. The hills, even in their silence, seem aware of being questioned.
We're gonna go up and I'm gonna start recording when we're up there.
Yeah. It's gonna be a... Dude, this happened last time. 1990s.
Where is he focusing at?
I have no idea, bro. We're alone. Like so, it's cool. Obviously something's trying to communicate out here, so. Yes, we're city folk, yes. Are you from a different time? Are you from a different era? Are you... Give us a background on from where you're from and who you are. If you're willing to. That's what we're here. We're trying to investigate. The curse spread, dude. It keeps saying curse land, curse spread, curse soil.
The Sandia Hills hold a long reputation for ritual sites and unexplained energy, stories that date back generations. As Chris explains on camera, every visit here feels slightly wrong, as if the mountain itself rejects intrusion. Even the wind behaves strangely, rising in gusts at moments when they begin asking questions, then falling dead silent when they press for answers. It's a pattern he's noticed before, and one that returns tonight with uncanny precision.
Cursed item. Dude, look, cursed item now. It keeps saying curse, dude.
Curse.
Yes. And I think whatever it is, or whatever it is, or where, it's at the top, dude. It's at the top. Because
honestly, I'm down to find it.
For a while, the investigation becomes a balance of curiosity and caution. The terrain is rough, and danger here isn't only paranormal. There are cliffs, animals, and isolation. Still, Chris's voice carries determination. They didn't come this far to turn back at shadows. Yet the pattern continues. Mention of curses, hints of rituals, and warnings layered within the static. Cursed soil, one device repeats again and again. It's easy to laugh off, but the phrase lingers.
You're on the side, bro.
Is your flashlight good enough to scout a little farther than we can see?
The brightest one I have is the one that fucking Brian's using right now. What the f? Was that you?
Then something shifts nearby, a shuffle through the brush close enough to stop conversation mid-sentence. Flashlights whip toward the sound, catching only dust and motionless shrubs. Whatever moved is gone. They stand still for a long moment, waiting for the next sound, but nothing follows. The air feels charged, like the second before lightning strikes. Eventually, they keep walking, trying to focus on the path ahead.
Hey, I just heard steps, dude.
Like someone walking.
I heard a thump.
That's what happened to us, dude.
Really?
Yeah, we heard. We got up to the top, dude, and it sounded like someone, bro. And then we were like,
Anybody there?
Oh, I love that noise, bro. Sounds good.
What's the distance in your night vision?
it's pretty. I mean, not far, but like pretty good.
100 yards?
Nah. What was that?
What?
You guys didn't see that light?
No, bro.
Right there, where the cave was. It just went. It went out like if something was
Where?
like transparent.
Really?
I swear to God, dude. It was yellow, like
Straight here?
straight where the thing is, where the crevice is, the mountain,
What the freak?
the cave.
Bro, we have to climb that?
Dude, that's what we saw last.
Not gonna lie, I don't think I can climb that, guy.
After a long climb, they had reached an overlook where a faint cave opening cut into the hillside. Chris points out a flicker of yellow light that seems to fade in and out near the entrance, visible for only seconds, yet bright enough to catch on camera. The group goes still, scanning for a source, but the cave remains dark. It's unclear whether it's a trick of reflection or something moving inside.
Turn the lights on.
Oh shit.
And stay quiet for a bit. It's a sign.
Well, let's get out of here, dude. Let's go down there
Okay.
where there's like a basic tent over here.
We didn't come prepared. What the? Damn, we went up there for nothing, bro.
That's fine, but that's a good workout.
Who wants to lead?
Brian. Lead?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I don't mind.
This way?
Yeah. I just need light ahead of me.
Cuidado con ese palo. Me lo encajé.
Fuck it. Ah.
There it is. So we went the wrong way.
Yeah, fucked up. Dude, this.
Hey, you think that smells the rain?
No.
Because I don't think someone just came and peed the whole forest.
Hearing footsteps
Right behind you?
right behind me.
I heard that too, like shuffling, huh?
Yeah. Alright, let's keep going, fuck it.
You tired?
What the fuck?
What happened? I'm missing the light.
Looks like something was just moving at the very top of the fucking edge of the mountain on the very top.
Yeah, you.
You see it?
I see that too, bro.
You see it?
What the freak is that? Where?
Dude, it's getting like bigger.
Yeah.
And then it's getting small.
I am arriba. Oh, on the very top. Very top.
Like if
bro.
something's crouched
Oh,
over.
nah, bro. That thing is.
I don't see nothing, bro.
That thing's like
Right
looking
ahead,
at
up
us,
at the
bro.
top.
What is it?
Like if something's looking
It's a
right.
tree, bro.
Nah, bro.
Apáguenlo.
It looks like it's moving, dude.
That right there. Fuck again.
No, at the top.
Right there.
Oh, that thing was moving, bro. He slaps the.
I don't see nothing.
It's because don't look at it directly, bro. Look kind of up and you can't see it.
I'm trying, but I don't see nothing. I see a shadow. That's about it.
Let's go.
You mean that right there?
Dude, lights.
Right there, look. That right there.
No, up on the top, bro. The very top.
As they begin heading back down the trail, the air turns colder, and the wind carries that damp, heavy scent that comes before rain. Then, behind them, the sound of slow, deliberate footsteps breaks the quiet, close enough to freeze the whole group in place. Their lights sweep across the slope, but nothing moves, nothing shifts, and the only sound left is their own breathing as they quicken their pace. But before they can get far, something above them catches their attention. High on the ridge, a dark shape seems to shift against the sky. Still at first, almost like the outline of a tree, until it moves just enough to make it unmistakable. They can't see details, only height and presence, tall and unmoving, as if watching from the edge of the hill. For a moment, no one speaks. The wind rises, carrying a deep, low sound that doesn't match anything natural on the mountain.
Oh no, bro. I don't think we should go up.
Right, dude.
I don't think
You
we
see
should go
it?
up there, bro.
Yeah. Now, I don't know if that's spiritual
No, no,
or
no,
an
no,
actual...
bro, it's moving, bro. Turn your eyes' lights. No, bro, it's because we can't see. Nah, bro, I think we should go down back, bro.
You see, I see it right there.
No, bro, no, that thing's moving.
Look,
bro.
look. Look. What the fuck?
Nah, bro, I think we should go back down, bro.
Dude, you see it right here in the camera? Look. Yeah. Look.
Nah, bro, I think we should go back down, bro. Dude, the thing got bigger, bro. Look. It's like waving, bro.
The group hesitates between shining their lights or looking away, unsure what confronting it might mean. And then, instinct takes over. Without another word, they turn and head down the trail, fast, sure that whatever was up there was far too close. But the strange things weren't over yet.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, but
That's what last time, dude, went.
what is it?
It was like that noise that we heard, bro.
Yeah, but bro.
Oh, hell no.
Hey, that's
Bro, guys, I'm sorry I cannot get that on camera, but something is up there at the top and it's moving, dude. It's coming towards us.
bro, let's go to see.
It wasn't no animal, huh?
Oh, nah, bro. That thing was moving. It was moving like that. Yeah, bro. I think we should go to the... more down there, bro. That thing was scary, bro.
What?
I don't see them again, but I saw something up there. Yeah, bro, there's something up there, bro.
I don't know what that was, guys. I didn't catch it on video. I didn't catch it on video at all. And I'm sorry for that, but there's definitely something up here that does not want people around. So I don't know if it's a spirit or actually something physical. They say though that you can manifest stuff though whenever you're depending on your emotions and stuff like that. You got to be careful. So
Breathless, they stopped halfway down the path, trying to process what just happened. Chris speaks quietly into the camera, explaining that whatever was up there wasn't an animal. It had moved differently, deliberate, smooth, aware of them. For him, this night blurs the line between spirit and something physical. The others agree. The unease is unanimous. When the group finally makes their way down, the wind returns as if nothing happened. The hills look ordinary again. The same slopes, the same trees, unchanged. But the silence that follows isn't peace. It's something else. Chris later explains that he came here hoping to learn more about the legends of the haunted hills. Instead, he left with a different kind of knowledge. The feeling that some stories persist because they're not finished telling themselves. And so the question remains, what really watched them from the ridge that night in the Sandia Hills? A shadow, a spirit, or something that belongs to neither world at all? From a shadow standing high above the hills, our next footage brings us into British Columbia, where something circles a camper's tent deep in the night. This next footage comes from the YouTube channel Adventures in BC, and it was recorded deep inside the Chilliwack River Valley, a beautiful, rugged stretch of wilderness in British Columbia. But beyond the mountains, the forests, and the cold river running through it, this valley holds another reputation. One of the highest concentrations of Sasquatch sightings in the entire province. A place where locals whisper about huge figures moving between trees, where hikers report being watched, and where campers, if they're unlucky, hear things they can't explain. The man behind Adventures in BC decided to camp there alone for 3 nights, right near Chilliwack Lake. He'd always been a skeptic, someone who enjoyed the mystery of the Sasquatch legend, but never believed it was real. That changed.
There's something out there. I can hear it. Holy crap.
sometimes if I sit around by two, I'm not fucking, oh my god. This is so good, dude. Close the window. I'm gonna leave it open a smooth so I can peek out. I'm gonna adjust myself from my bed. I'm gonna sit up a bit.
According to his own description, his footage, which originally is more than 2 hours long, is raw and unedited, only enhanced for clarity, and the sounds he captured outside his tent were nothing like any animal he knows.
My god. Knocked over my rock. It's right inside.
The rock he was talking about wasn't just something he imagined. He had actually filmed it earlier that day. Take a look. But the strange sounds didn't stop after this.
Fuck. Holy fuck.
He stayed there in his tent, listening with every bit of focus he had, trying to make sense of whatever was moving outside. But after a few long hours, the sounds finally stopped, and he was able to drift off to sleep. Even with how unsafe it had made him feel, he chose not to cut the trip short and still decided to stay another night. His curiosity and the urge to understand what he'd heard was stronger than his fear.
This is night 2. This is my last night here. And I don't have to worry, but we're going to give you an idea here, just quick again, at night, what it is like around here, okay? Now bear in mind, this is wild country. There are bears and cougars around, so I'm trying to make myself audible at all times and let them know that I'm here. Okay, we can see up the road here and down. This is Pierce Creek. Did you guys just hear that? Okay, my gear is in the camp, in the tent. I just heard a knocking sound, and I'm going to retire to the tent. Let's see, I got other rock balances here. Pretty remarkable. And This creek goes up the mountain. This is usually what you hear after dark up here, is nothing. So to hear anything is to let you know something's going on. So here we are. There's our, as you see, they're still standing. That top one is still on the ground where it got knocked down, and there's a moth trying to get in here. Get away. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little worried. But like I said, this is my last night here.
The second night came and went without much activity, giving him a small sense of relief. But, as he'd mentioned earlier, he planned to stay for yet another night, a choice he would quickly come to regret. Because that third night was by far the worst of them all.
I'm sure somebody's just stacking lumber in the middle of the night, in the middle of the woods, in the pitch blackness.
And so, the night went on. Strange knocks echoing through the trees, followed by slow, deliberate footsteps circling just beyond the reach of his light. At one point, he even stepped outside, partly because he needed to use the toilet, and partly because he hoped to finally see whatever was making the sounds. But there was nothing, just a still, breath-holding silence, as if the forest itself was waiting. By the end of his trip, he left that valley with a completely different belief than when he arrived. I never imagined it would be right outside my tent, but the evidence is compelling, he said afterward. So now the question is yours. Do you think he truly encountered a Sasquatch in the Chilliwack River Valley? Or is there something else out there making those sounds in the dark? From the knocks in the Chilliwack Valley, we now move into a deeper, older forest. One that answers back from a collapsing cabin. This next footage comes from Paranormal Discovery, run by Lamar, who teams up tonight with his friend Angelo to camp deep inside a forest with a reputation that locals usually lower their voices to discuss. Together, they have planned to hike in at dusk set a simple shelter by a collapsing cabin, and stay long enough to find out whether the rumors about this place, unknown creatures, voices, movement in the trees, strange markings, are nothing but stories or something that presses back when you linger.
We just pulled up. We do have Exploring with Angelo here.
Hi guys.
What's up?
Excuse me, I'm just trying to put my sleeping bag on here.
There you go. Yeah, we're ready to hike, man. I got my hiking bag. This is heavy when you do this, but I swear it's not that heavy when you put it on your back. That's why I kind of got this bag. It does that, so it'll be nice. At least there's gonna be some massive hills. Yeah, I think so.
We got a bit of a hike.
Yeah, it's intermediate advanced type of hike, but
intermediate advanced. Okay, somewhere in between.
somewhere in between, we'll see.
The approach is already working against them, the kind of climb that steals your breath in slow, stubborn increments. Roots acting like knotted stairs, dirt turned slick with old leaf litter, the trail narrowing until the forest almost insists on touching your shoulders, and with every step the sense of distance grows. Not just from town or cell signal, but from the comforting logic that things stay where you left them.
I remember that tree as a landmark, kind of. Yeah. Not gonna lie, guys, I'm sweating. Like it was cold, but now I'm like sweating, man. Had to take my sweater off, man.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
I feel like I
want to protect myself from the mosquitoes, so Lamar's just dripping right
Man,
now.
looks like I went swimming, man.
Yeah, you can literally see that's all the fish oil sweat right there.
The fish and chips, man.
As daylight slowly faded, Lamar and Angelo continued their long hike deeper into the forest. The air grew thick and humid, and each step felt heavier as the trail wound up and down the uneven hillside.
It's weird, like got silent in here. Okay. We made it. This is the infamous cabin in the woods. Legit. Yeah, this is not a... Like, if you guys like that cabin in the woods stuff, this is it. Like, actually, like, but we had to trek through to get here. Man, this is legit the cabin in the woods. Yeah, it's about to collapse. And you have like this tree that was ripped out of the ground, just kind of, yeah, okay.
The structure appears like a leftover thought, a listing rectangle of wood with its roof buckled and a tree torn out beside it, surrounded by windfall and the kind of debris that suggests decades of weather and a few bad decisions. They keep to the edge of the clearing, giving the place a respectful orbit before choosing a flat patch nearby where the ground is compact and the branches allow enough headroom to work.
Real spacious. Literally the same thing as what I did last time. This is the exact same, but it's warmer. Check how big this is, man. Like, many people underestimate the tarps, but it's big. This is the 15 by 15 AquaQuest. And you got some really large room in here for many things. Okay, so, but I think right now Angelo is setting up the fire. I legitimately needed a break, man. I was sweating up a storm, like, for real.
Take that, mosquitoes. You heard me. Someone's just moving out there. Well, I guess that's the kind of the one positive of living in Ontario is that there's never fire bans.
Really?
I've never seen fire bans in Ontario. It's just like, I'm sure it happens sometimes, but it's rarely a thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she's about to get real spicy. Found some pretty good hardwood too. Yeah, I keep like hearing weird noises everywhere.
They get their camp set up quickly. It's routine for both of them by now. And once the fire's going, the clearing finally feels manageable. The heat keeps the bugs away, and the crackling sound gives them something familiar to focus on. Even then, they keep catching odd noises in the trees. Quick, irregular sounds that don't match the fire or the breeze. Every now and then, both of them glance toward the cabin without even meaning to, waiting to see if something else happens.
It's doing half wieners at a time? Or is that just the one that broke?
One broke, yeah, so I'm
Crispy.
Whoa! There's that woman voice again.
I didn't hear it that time. That's weird.
Oh, I'm not gonna go to sleep. Damn.
Just kind of waiting to see if we hear it again. Did you see a flash of light? Oh, you weren't even looking there.
I wasn't looking.
I just swear I saw a flicker of light for a second.
It's weird. I'm hearing movement and like voices in
Yeah.
the distance.
Super creepy out here. Yeah, my wiener's quite crispy.
I'm glad.
A brief flash of light pops up in the darkness just outside the fire's reach. It's so quick that neither of them can explain it. Could be anything, could be nothing. But afterward, the woods seem to go quieter than before, as if whatever caused the flash has already moved on. They ate their food and settled in by the fire, letting the warmth take the edge off the long hike. For a little while, the forest felt ordinary again, just trees, night air, and the crackle of burning wood.
I know, I just heard something down there. There's a bug over there, but I thought I heard something even down there too.
There was on the SOS something that Chelsea and I caught, and it was captured on it, and it was moving. The thing is, like I said, I mean, this is my belief, I already said it, but I truly think if there are Bigfoots, like I said, they're interdimensional. So what if the thing that I saw, because they're spiritual, maybe that was a Bigfoot? I don't know. What the f? Bro, that came flying. I almost swear that was like over the tree right there.
What was that though?
Bro, what the f? Holy shit. Holy shit, man. Dude, that came flying over that way. Like over the hill. I'm certain.
I'm gonna go maybe investigate the cabin for a little bit while you go down there.
Okay.
So, have fun, be careful.
Yeah, you have to do the same, man.
Yeah.
I don't want to come back and your ass is whooped by this fucking...
Well, not only that, but what if the cabin completely collapses on me?
That too.
So, if you hear me screaming, you'll know why.
So this would have been where the SOS anomaly was seen. Right down by these trees ahead of us. Those two, like, oh Jesus, slanted ones, I guess, or the two that are kind of like right in front of us.
But that calm didn't last. When Lamar chose to sit quietly and listen to the woods around them, things began to shift again. Small sounds turning sharp, distant echoes coming back wrong, and the familiar feeling that they were no longer alone creeping in all over again.
Where did the dogs come from? Oh, shit. What's that? Whoa. 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 Fuck. Holy shit. Something here was running with me. I swear when I was running, I heard something running down that hill. Holy shit. How the fuck do I get back? Oh shit. Lady trying to hold this while Who's there? Guys, I'm not even joking. I just heard like an animal running with me.
First came the sound of dogs, not distant coyotes, but dogs, echoing from somewhere deep in the trees where no trails, cabins, or people existed. And then, as he got up to leave, he heard footsteps matching his pace, something running alongside him just out of sight, even though the forest ahead and behind was completely empty. That was enough for him. Shaken and unsure of what he had just experienced, Lamar headed back toward camp.
I hear like howling, man.
I heard you screaming.
Yeah. I had the most weird, I've never experienced this in my life.
What was it?
I heard like dogs. Did you hear dogs out here?
I thought I heard howling at one point. Is that what you heard?
No, like dogs, like rah, 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 rah.
Oh.
There would be no dogs right now. Like, who would be walking their dog? No, that wasn't really
Especially through here, like this area is hard to get to.
That's what I mean, but
After regrouping at the camp, Lamar decides he needs to check the cabin for himself. Whatever's been happening tonight seems to keep circling back to that broken structure, and he wants to understand why.
Anyways. This is really creepy. Could that be the metal thing that... Damn. Yeah, this thing is done for. I was gonna say we could have cooked our stuff in the kitchen here, but not much of a kitchen left. There's even like a further side, like back there. It's creepy, man. Like whatever it is like over there. Could this be like the thing that... This is probably what Angelo was talking about. Whoa! Shit! What the...
Get out of there, it might be collapsing.
What the...
What was that?
What the man?
Shit.
Whoa!
Ooh.
Dude, what the hell, man?
What the fuck?
Whoa!
You good?
Yeah, I almost thought that thing was like falling down on me. That definitely was not a beam or something. I think that was... I mean, I don't even know at this point, man.
Damn.
Inside the cabin, everything felt unstable. The walls, the air, even the floor beneath his boots. Lamar takes only a few careful steps before a sudden, violent bang erupts from somewhere deep within the structure, loud enough to jolt both him outside. And just like before, the woods fall completely silent after, as if everything out there is pausing to listen to whatever just happened inside. The rest of the night passed in a strangely quiet way. Not calm, just uneventful, like the forest had decided to watch instead of act. With nothing else happening, Lamar and Angelo eventually got ready to sleep. Before turning in, they left a camera rolling at the edge of camp, just in case the silence was hiding something. And it turned out to be the right call, because while both of them were fast asleep, the camera captured a series of strange sounds drifting through the clearing. Sounds neither of them was awake to hear. It wasn't until they reviewed the footage later that they realized something had been walking right beside their tent while they slept. Slow, steady steps circling the camp in the dark. Maybe it was for the best they didn't know at the time. By morning, the forest felt normal again. Almost too normal. So the two of them packed up quietly, made their way back to the car, and left the woods behind, still unsure of what they had really experienced out there. Now I'm wondering, what do you think was moving around their tent that night? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now with that thought lingering, we head into our final footage, where the danger isn't a creature, but the forest itself. Spirited Investigations is run by Mark, a man who is interested in the unknown world around us and often heads into quiet rural areas to test his own nerves, and sometimes his sense of direction. In this video, he sets out on what begins as a simple idea, a night walk through the woods, alone, just to see how the environment changes after dark. But as he pushes deeper under the tree canopy and the path behind him disappears into shadow, the experience turns unexpectedly disorienting and far more unsettling than he planned.
The woods at night, people say that's not a good idea. But why? Now there could be bears. I've never seen bears down here, doesn't mean they're not there. I could see cats, yep, probably one or two of those with me. I obviously wouldn't want to go in there if there are big hunting animals. But I'll keep my eyes open, we'll turn around if there's a sign of anything. Let's hope this goes well. Now what I'll do is I'll go left about here, because if you've seen a recent video of mine, I found, it seemed to be a log in between a tree, two trees that were close together, and there's a big log, a big dead log going between them, and another one nearby to that. So if I go into these woods around about here, we'll try there as somewhere to just walk around foolishly at night. We'll go in this way. Let's have a look. First of all, where are the cats? Oh, yep, there we are. Okay. Right. If I hear anything crunching, I'm going to come out of here though, because I've got the cats with me.
As Mark enters the woods, the shift from open space to tightly clustered trees is immediate. The darkness folds around him, broken only by the narrow beam of his flashlight, and even familiar shapes seem to lose their edges. The night insects echo sharply from every direction, creating a wall of sound that makes it hard to tell which noises belong to nature and which ones don't. His two cats trail closely behind, weaving between roots and fallen branches, their presence a small reassurance in an environment that feels increasingly unpredictable.
I can say the body feels to have gone colder. It seems to have gone cold in here. I'm getting some kind of weird feeling that I shouldn't be in here. So that's one of those, what is it, psychosomatic things that goes on. Anyway, there's that big log that's down. I don't think I'm exactly in the same place that I was in the other video. My legs just went cold. Okay, now this I was going to say structure, I don't know what it is. It's that snaps off that one, I guess, and pulled down there, but it makes a nice sort of triangle shape with the other one that's lying across it underneath. And of course the bottom one goes behind that one and goes in front of that one. It just looks kind of neat. Now, do you know what I was saying before about the tree limb going between two other trees? There's one here. And it ends there, it comes across here, goes through there.
The mood of the forest shifts. A sudden pocket of cold settles around Mark, and the woods fall into an uneasy stillness that makes every small sound feel sharper than it should. As he moves deeper, he begins noticing strange formations. Fallen trunks wedge tightly between standing trees in ways that don't look entirely natural. Some sit high above him, splintered or covered in odd debris, and their repetitive layout leaves him wondering whether they're the product of weather, animals, or something else entirely.
Ah, here we go. Another one, I'm just walking along. This one here goes between these trees. I mean, there's not much space there, but it's really jammed in well, isn't it? Again, snaps off at that end. I don't know what's going on there, but it's another one jammed between tree parts, or two different trees. Oh shit, I'm lost now. That's supposed to be the bloody thing. Okay. Turns out I'm lost now. That is not a good idea. I wanted to get back to the road and finish up this video. So I'm trying to go backward with my tracks.
It's only when he attempts to turn back that Mark realizes the problem. Nothing looks the same. The paths blend together, and the direction he thought he came from no longer feels correct. With each step, he slows, scanning the ground and listening for anything that might anchor him. The cats stay close, glancing around as if equally unsure.
Oh shit, how'd you get back? No, we should be out by now. Well, we're not very far in, are we? Which way out is it, kids? Uh-oh, no. We're right next to it. There's that again. Are we on the other side of that? Aha.
The forest deepens into confusion. Mark circles a fallen structure he recognizes from minutes earlier, except now he's seeing it from the wrong angle. The branches overhead sway slightly, but the air is still. His flashlight battery continues to drain, the beam flickering just enough to make every shadow feel like it's shifting. The realization sinks in. He's moving in loops.
What's that thing? 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that that? Okay, let's see, am I nearer the exit? Of course, that's one thing about going the wrong way, isn't it? You've only got so much of a flashlight battery. I think we're here. Oh. Come on, you two. Come on then. Ooh, and yes, we're back out. That's a bit hair raising.
After what feels like much longer than it should, a faint thinning of the trees appeared ahead. Mark pushes forward carefully, following the cats as they pick their way through the brush. A moment later, the forest finally opens, revealing the road, quiet, empty, and far darker than he expected. Relief blends with the leftover tension of being disoriented in a place with no lights, no markers, and no sense of direction but the one his fading flashlight could offer. Walking back toward home, the weight of the experience settles in. Out there, under the tree canopy, distance vanishes quickly, and even a short detour can become a maze once the sun disappears. The woods weren't hostile, but they weren't welcoming either, just indifferent, vast, and easy to get turned around in. And the structures he found, those fallen branches wedged with unnatural precision, linger on his mind long after he leaves the tree line. Mark ends his journey with a simple truth. The woods are always different at night. Not haunted, not dangerous by default, but capable of reminding you how small you are when the light fades. And sometimes, all it takes is a wrong turn to understand just how easy it is to lose your way. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, click to see more on the video on screen.